Hello again. Welcome back. Class number 136. 136. Back in 1836, etc. Okay, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm good. It's good to have you back. It's good to have you. And I'm delighted to see. I'm delighted to see that you're attending class regularly. I'm delighted to see that you're taking this class seriously. Finally, it's about time. Ya era hora. It's about time you took this class seriously. Ya era hora de que tomaras en serio. Tomaras. It's about time you took. Porque ahora lo estás tomando en serio, ¿a que sí? Por eso digo tomaras. Porque antes no lo tomabas en serio. Hace una semana yo decía, ya es hora de que tomes en serio. It's about time you take. En el caso del inglés, it is about time. Contracción obligatoria. It's about time, al tratarse de una frase hecha. It's about time es ya es hora o ya era hora, según la segunda parte. It's about time you take this program seriously. Significa que todavía no lo tomas en serio. Pero ya es hora que lo tomes en serio, ¿eh? Ahora, si lo empiezas a tomar en serio, diría, pues ya era hora que tomaras en serio esta clase. It's about time you took this class seriously. But in any case, I'm not here to teach you today the expression, it's about time. I'm here to teach you otra cosa, something else. No se dice another thing. All right, very quickly, let's go to camera one and review the list from yesterday. And no wonder, camera one. No wonder, yeah, no wonder. Maria is very happy today. Yeah, today's different from yesterday. She came here with a smile from wall to wall, a wall-to-wall smile. And she was just laughing and singing and saying, oh, what a beautiful morning. When Maria came this morning, she was singing in English. I couldn't believe it. Maria, you're singing in English. And she was singing a song I've never heard. I said, what song is that? And she said, I made it up. I made it up. La inventé. Oh, yes, you made it up? Yes, I made it up. When did you make it up? I made it up on the way to work this morning, coming here. Well, can I hear it? And she said, yes. Well, sing it, Maria, come on. And she said, really? I said, come on, don't be afraid. No, you're going to laugh at me. I promise. I will not laugh at you. I promise. I won't laugh at you. You'll make fun of me. Burlarse. No, Maria, I won't make fun of you. Come on, sing it. And finally, she gave in. She gave in. Se dio ante mi presión. And she started singing, oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Yes, she was extremely happy. And I said, oh, what's the good news? What happened? And she said, the police found my handbag that was stolen yesterday. And everything was in it. Nothing was missing. Even my identification paper, my ID, my credit cards, and the credit cards hadn't been used yet. The money was still there. The police found it for me and they caught the thief too. And I said, wow, congratulations. No wonder she's happy. No me extraña que esté contento hoy. No wonder she's happy today. Yeah. So, no wonder means no me extraña. No me extraña que estén enfadados. No wonder they're angry. Yeah, y eso ya se explica todo. No wonder. No wonder. Yeah. Ahora estoy yo un poco enfadado. Now, ahora me toca a mí. Now it's my turn to be angry. Now it's my turn to be upset. I'm really angry. Once again, Maria forgot to fill my cup. I don't have any water. I'm dry. Estoy seco. I'm dry. And you can say, no me extraña que Richard esté enfadado con María. No wonder. No wonder. Said, ya se explica todo. No wonder he's angry. It makes sense. Tiene todo el sentido del mundo. It makes a lot of sense. It makes sense. No wonder. All right. Very quickly, the list from yesterday. Me horroriza la idea de volver allí. I dread the idea of going there. Dread, como la película con Stallone, Judge Dredd. All right, el juez, Judge Dredd. Dread is me horroriza. Es lo peor que me puede pasar, pero tengo que hacerlo. I dread the idea of going there. Of is preposición. Of going. Yes, de volver ahí, of going back there. I dread. Es como el pasado del verbo to read. Read. Le pones una D delante. Dread. I dread the idea of going back there. Tienes que hacer cola durante una hora, eh? You have to stand in line for an hour. You have to stand in line for an hour. Or the British, you have to queue up. Queue. Q-U-E-U-E. Very strange word. Que viene de la coleta de los chinos del siglo XIX. You have to queue up. Eso se llama queue. Y luego es la cola para entrar al cine, por ejemplo. You have to queue up for an hour. You have to stand in line for an hour. Yeah. Me estás volviendo loco. You're driving me crazy. En inglés, conducimos locos a los demás. Okay? Y vamos a la locura personalmente. I'm going crazy. Me estoy volviendo loco is I'm going crazy. ¿Por qué? Porque me estás volviendo loco. Because you're driving me crazy. You're driving me crazy. And Maria's driving me crazy too. She's driving me up the wall. Me subo por las paredes. She's driving me up the wall. She's driving me nuts. She's driving me batty. She's driving me crazy. Okay? Me quedé unos minutos y luego se fue. Me fui, perdona. Me quedé unos minutos y después me fui. I stayed for a few minutes and then left. I didn't stay for very long. I stayed for only a few minutes. I stayed for only a few minutes, for only a few minutes, for only a few minutes, and then I left. Ojalá tuviera un trabajo como el tuyo. I wish I had a job like yours. I wish I had $1 million. I wish I had a Rolls Royce. I wish I could retire. I wish I knew French perfectly. Puedes hacer lo que quieras, siempre que consigas resultados. You can do whatever you want as long as you get results. Results, no results, results. Lo único que le falta a mi amigo es un amigo. The only thing he lacks is a friend. The only thing he lacks is a friend. Hemos sufrido muchas lesiones esta temporada. We've suffered a lot of injuries this season. ¿Por qué no hacemos otra cosa para variar? Why don't we do something else for a change? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of English. Richard, why don't you teach French or history? Anything. English? My God. Why don't we do something else for a change? Okay. Nunca te haces rico trabajando duro. You never get rich working hard. Not necessarily true. You can get rich working hard. But in any case, it's never easy to get rich. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello everyone, I'm Hannah and welcome to your first block for today. As you know, we start every program, the first block, reviewing the previous show. So here we go. We're going to get started right away. Let's say hello to my student, my guest, Marina. Hi.
Hello, Hannah.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Great, thank you. Okay, we're going to begin immediately because we have a lot to cover. We're going to look at the expression, it's no wonder, right? So it's no wonder is no es de extrañar, no me extraña. Okay, so I'm going to give you two sentences and then I want you to use the expression, it's no wonder, okay? All right, he doesn't understand anything she says because she speaks very fast.
No wonder he doesn't understand anything she says. She speaks too fast.
Okay, she speaks very fast.
Very fast.
Okay, very good. Great, so again, it's no wonder. Now, notice here, it's opcional. Okay, so you can say, it's no wonder, or simplemente no wonder. Okay, los dos iguales. So it's no wonder he doesn't understand anything she says. She speaks very fast. Okay, he didn't buy the car because it costs an arm and a leg.
No wonder he didn't buy the car. It cost an arm and a leg.
Okay, good. Repeat the second part again.
Okay, it cost an arm. Oh, it is in the present. It cost an arm and a leg.
Okay, very good. So again, no wonder. It's no wonder. Again, it's opcional. It's no wonder he didn't buy the car. It costs. Now, it, tercera persona singular. Don't forget, it costs. So you must end the verb cost con s al final. It costs an arm and a leg. And you know that expression, right? It means that it costs mucho. Cuesta una pasta. Okay, his English improved because his girlfriend is American.
No wonder his English improved. His girlfriend is American.
Exactly, great. And as we all say, as we all know, we say that that's the best way to really learn a language. If your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or your significant other happens to be American or British or Australian. Okay, so no wonder his English improved. His girlfriend is American. Okay, great job. So again, it's no wonder or también no wonder. Significa no es de extrañar o no me extraña. Okay, translation list. En voz alta y repetimos hasta que quede perfecto. Okay, me quedé unos minutos y luego me fui.
I stayed a few minutes and then I left.
Okay, great, good. I stayed for a few minutes and then I left. Ojalá tuviera un trabajo como el tuyo.
I wish I had a job like yours.
Perfect, excellent. And you really meant it, right? Marina really said it with feeling. Okay, I wish, ojalá, I wish I had a job like yours, como el tuyo. Puedes hacer lo que quieras, siempre que consigas resultados.
Right, you can do whatever you like as long as you get results.
Okay, great. Good, good, good. Okay, Marina said you can do whatever you like. También, you can do whatever you want. Okay, los dos, you're saying the same thing, igual. So you can do whatever you want as long as, siempre que, you get results. Lo único que le falta es un amigo.
The only thing he misses or he doesn't have
Okay,
is a friend or he lacks, that's right. The only thing he lacks is a friend.
Okay, great, excellent. So, lo único, the only thing. Remember, don't forget thing. Decimos literalmente la única cosa, entre comillas. So, the only thing he lacks, que le falta, he lacks is a friend. The only thing he lacks is a friend. Hemos sufrido muchas lesiones esta temporada.
We've suffered a lot of injuries this season.
Perfect, great. Hemos sufrido muchas lesiones esta temporada. We've suffered a lot of injuries this season. Great. ¿Por qué no hacemos otra cosa para variar?
Why don't we do something else for a change?
Perfect, excellent, great. So let me repeat. Why don't we, again, why don't we do something else for a change, para variar? Has aprendido muy poco con el paso de los años.
You've learned very little with
Con el paso de los años,
over the years.
Okay,
All right.
muy bien. So let me repeat here. You've learned very little. Now notice here we're using little, not few, because remember little is para incontables, few contables. Aquí no hay nada contable, so we use little. You've learned very little over the years. Nunca te haces rico trabajando duro.
Well, you never get rich working hard.
Okay, I think I disagree with that. I think you can get rich working hard. Okay, so you never get rich by working hard. All right, so great job, Marina. Great job at home. Please keep practicing this list and have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.
I have something very important to tell you. It's something that you need to know. And in my opinion, it's really very important. And I want to tell you this, and I want to tell you now, because I think you need to know it now and not later. I don't like to tell people things later when they need to know the things now. Excuse me, Richard. Yeah? Could you please get to the point? Well, sure, yeah. I was going to get to the point. Well, stop beating around the bush. Get to the point. All right. I'm going, okay, I will. I was going to tell you something that I think is very important for you and for all of the people watching this program. What I want to tell you is something that you need to know. Richard, get to the point. What is it? I'll tell you on camera number one. All right? Yeah. Okay. Today I want to teach you. Excuse me, Richard. What? What were you going to say? You were going to tell me something on camera too. Was I? You were going to tell me and the rest of the viewing audience something important. Oh yeah, I was. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have something really important to tell you. It's so important that I think I should tell you now. In fact, of all the things I tell you every day, what I'm going to tell you now is probably the most important thing you need to know. Because important things should be priority. Don't you agree? You should prioritize the most important. Richard, yeah? Would you mind getting to the point and telling us and stop beating around the bush? Haciendo batida alrededor del arbusto o del monte bajo. Monte bajo también se llama the bush. Beating around the bush es ir por los cerros de Úbeda. Okay? Stop beating, escrito beating, stop beating around the bush and get to the point. Get to the point. Get to the point. We don't have time to beat around the bush. This segment only lasts for 8 minutes, and if you spend half the time giving me the preliminaries for this very important piece of information, I want to know the piece of information. I want to know the piece of information. I don't want to know that it's important and that I should know it, that everybody should know it, and that it should be said. Now just tell me what you want to say. Dime lo que quieres decir. Tell me what you want to say. Get to the point. Ve al grano. Ve al grano. En inglés, llega al punto. Get to the point. Stop wasting my time with esoteric preliminaries. Get to the point and tell me what you want to tell me. Otherwise, I will do other things. Time for me is a scarce resource. Scarce, escaso recurso. Time for me is a scarce resource. I don't have time to listen to people who don't know how to get to the point. I don't want to spend my time listening to people who beat around the bush all the time and never get to the point. So, get to the point. Come on, get to the point. Don't be like Maria. Maria's the same thing. She always is talking preliminaries. She never gets to the point. She never gets to the point, and it irritates me sobremanera. It irritates me very, very much because she never gets to the point. Yes. And my God, if you listen to Maria talk with people, last night I was in a restaurant with Maria and another person, and Maria wanted to tell a story, and she said, she started the story more or less, I think I remember, the other day, something funny happened to me. Funny is curioso, no gracioso. Something funny happened to me. I was driving my car, and I stopped at a gas station to put gas in my car. My car needs diesel fuel, not gasoline. I use diesel. I prefer diesel cars, really. I prefer the way they drive. I like diesel engines as opposed to gasoline. I said, Maria, don't go off on a tangent. Continue the story. Well, I am. You're talking about gasoline and diesel. Come on. What's the story? You said you had a funny story. Well, I do. Well, continue the story. I will. Well, come on, get to the point. Get to the point. Tell the story. Okay. Well, I stopped at the gas station, and I put diesel fuel. Well, I didn't put it. There was an attendant. There was a man. That's not normal nowadays. Now when you go to a gas station, normally it's self-service, but in this gas station there was a man. And I said, I started talking to him, and I said, you are a dying breed. A dying breed, breed is un cruce de especies, pero también es estirpe en vías de extinción. You're a dying breed. A person who is, Maria, we're not interested in the gas station attendant, and we're not interested in gasoline and diesel. We're interested in the story you were telling, and you're going off You're going off on tangentes. You're going off on tangents. Get to the point. Sure, no problem. Okay. And then she continued the story. She said, well, okay, after I put gas, well, I didn't put gas in my car. The service station attendant put the gasoline in the car. And then I went in to pay with my credit card. And I prefer to pay for gasoline with credit cards. I don't like to pay in cash. Maria, I'm not interested in your credit card or your cash. I don't care if you pay. I don't care if you pay the gas station on credit or in cash. I don't care. I'm just interested in your story. Would you please go on? Would you please? Would you please? Would you go on? Insertando please. Would you please go on? Is te importaría continuar. Pero es un poco más agresivo. Es como diríais aquí, ¿quieres continuar, por favor? ¿Quieres continuar? All right? It's a bit more aggressive. Would you please continue? Yeah, sure. Okay, I paid for the gas. Then I got back in my car. You know, I have a bad cough, Richard. This cough has been giving me problems. Last night I started taking, Maria, I'm sorry for your cough. I'm sorry you have a cough. All right? But would you please go on with your story? Would you mind getting to the point? You're starting to try my patience. And you're starting to try Manolo's patience too. We're sitting here courteously listening to you tell a story. And you keep going off on tangents. Get to the point. Don't you know how to tell a story without losing track of the storyline? The storyline is la trama, el enredo, the argumento de la historia. Don't get sidetracked por pista lateral, off on a tangent, beating around the bush. Come on, get to the point and stay on track. Get to the point, al grano. Ve al grano y no salgas de la pista, literalmente decimos. Don't get off the track. Stay on the track, como si fuera una vía de tren. Stay on track. Tell the story. And finally, Maria started telling the story. And she said, wow, okay, sorry for the cough, but I drove to the airport to pick up my sister. She was coming back from Paris. Well, you know, my sister loves Paris. My sister goes to Paris. Maria, I'm glad that your sister loves Paris. I like Paris too. But that's not the story. You were going to tell us another story and you got off on a tangent again. Get to the point, get to the point, get to the point, please. Would you mind getting to the point? All right. Our sponsors have something to say, and then I promise to be back. Voy directamente al grano ahora. I'm going to get straight to the point. If you don't study, you're not going to learn. If you don't make an effort, forget about English. You'll never learn it. I'm not going to beat around the bush on this subject. I'm going to get straight to the point. Don't be a dreamer. A dreamer no soñador, es un iluso. And if you think you can reach a good level of English without making a strong effort, you are a dreamer, okay? And the world is fine, nice with some dreamers, but we don't need too many dreamers. So let me get straight to the point. Let me get to the point. Oh, let me get straight, que más agresivo todavía. Let me get straight to the point. Either o estudias o no veas este programa. Or either you study or don't waste your time watching this program. Okay? I like to get to the point. And in this case, I wanted to get straight to the point. See you in a few minutes.
Hello everyone, I'm Natasha, your teacher for today, and we're here with a very, very special student. Her name is Marina. How are you, Marina?
Very well, thank you. And you?
I'm great. What did you do today to improve your English?
I was listening to the radio on my way here.
Okay, very good. Okay, so when you're in your car, you make the most of that time to listen to the radio, right?
Yes, in English.
In
of
English,
course.
obviously.
course.
Otherwise, it would improve your Spanish,
Yes.
which is already perfect, okay? As you know, at home, we encourage you to do as many things as possible, to be in contact with the English language as much as you can, okay? On the metro, in the train, in your car, whenever you can, do something in English. Read a book, listen to the radio, as many things as you can, okay? Are you ready for today's point?
Oh, yes, I
Do you
am.
know what it is?
No.
No,
It's a surprise, as usual.
No, I think she studied. She's making this up because she's a very, very good student and she studies a lot, okay? But in any case, I'll tell you at home, okay? It's to get to the point. Let's see if Marina knows the translation of this expression.
Ir al grano.
Very good. Ir al grano, okay? To get to the point. To get to the point. Okay. What we're going to do then is we're going to do a translation list to practice this expression. At home, I want you to answer all of the sentences out loud. Even if I'm asking Marina, you answer out loud. Let's see if you can beat her and say it quicker than her, okay? Remember that this is the only way to improve your English, by answering and speaking out loud, okay? Is that true, Marina?
Yes, it's true.
It's true, okay. All right, let's start. Are you ready? First sentence. Ella fue directamente al grano y le dijo que no le aguantaba.
She went to the point.
She went-
She went straight to the point.
Very good.
And she told him that she couldn't bear him, or she couldn't stand him.
Exactly. You usually can't bear a situation more than a
Right.
person. A person is usually stand. I can't stand him, but I can't bear going to work, for example. Okay? So, repeat.
Okay, I can't remember the
I'll
second. It
repeat,
was
don't worry.
one.
Ella fue directamente al grano y le dijo que no le aguantaba.
Okay, she went straight to the point and told him that she couldn't stand him.
Very good, okay? So she went straight, fue directamente, she went straight to the point and told him that she couldn't stand him. Okay, very good. The next one is for you at home, okay? Ve al grano, ¿quieres? Very good. Get to the point, will you? Get to the point, will you? Remember that with question tags like ve al grano, ¿quieres? Okay? With question tags in English, when it's the imperative, we use really the future for the question tag, okay? So let's get Marina to repeat.
Let's get
No, an order.
No, it's an order. Get to the point, will you?
Very good, very good. Okay, the next one is for you, okay? Si hubieras ido al grano, no me habría quedado dormida.
If you had if you had got to the point, I wouldn't have fallen asleep.
Very good. If you had got to the point, I wouldn't have fallen asleep. Remember that in American English, the past participle of get is gotten. So you can also say, if you had gotten to the point, I wouldn't have fallen asleep. Either way, okay? The next one is for you at home, okay? Me voy en 5 minutos, así que por favor, ve al grano. Very good. I'm leaving in 5 minutes, so please get to the point, okay? Did you get that one right? Did they get it right, Marina?
Yes, I
Yes.
think so.
I think so too. Okay, the next one. Es importante ir al grano cuando le mandas un email.
It is important to...
Or let's contract.
It's important to get to the point when you email him.
Very good. When you email him, or how about if we eliminate you? How could we say this?
When emailing him.
Exactly, okay? So we can say it both ways. So what was the sentence? It's important to get to the point when emailing him or when you email him, okay? The next one is for you as well. Are you ready? Are you excited about the next
yes.
sentence? Okay. La clave de una buena entrevista es ir al grano cuando te preguntan algo.
The key to a good interview is to get to the point when you are asked something.
Okay? Or when
someone asks you.
asks.
Asks you something.
Okay, very good. Okay, so the key to a good interview is getting to the point when you are asked something or when someone asks you something. Okay, very good. Okay, the next one is for you at home. No soy muy paciente, así que por favor, ve al grano. Very good. I'm not very patient, so please get to the point, okay? Yep. Did you get that one right in your head?
I think so.
Okay, good. Okay, the next one, okay? No pareces estar de buen humor, así que iré al grano.
Well, you don't look to be,
You
or
don't seem to
to be in a good mood, so I'll I'll go to the point.
I'll
I'll
get.
I'll get to the point.
Okay, one more time.
Well, you don't seem to be in a good mood today, so I'll get to the point.
Okay. Okay, so you don't seem to be in a good mood, so I'll get to the point, okay? Remember, good mood is something you perceive, and because it's something you perceive, it's more a feeling, you use seem here, okay? You don't not look, okay? You look tired, okay, but you seem to be in a bad mood, okay? Do I seem to be in a bad mood?
No, you never seem to be in a bad mood.
Oh, thank you. Okay, the next one. The next one's a bit tricky. Do you think you'll get it right?
Well, let's see.
Let's try, okay? Es mejor ir al grano que andarse por las ramas.
It's better to get to the point than batting something with bushes.
Yes, it's similar. It rings a bell, so that's why,
it does.
Okay, so I'll tell you at home. Do you know? Okay, it's better to get to the point than to beat around the bush, okay? To beat around the bush es andarse por las ramas, okay? So let's see if Marina can repeat.
It's better to get to the point than beating around
to
to beat around the bush.
Very good, then to beat around the bush. Repeat at home. Very good. This one was tricky, okay? So it's better to get to the point than to beat around the bush. Okay, the next one is for you at home. Iré al grano. Tu vestido no te queda bien. Very good. I'll get to the point. Your dress doesn't suit you. Your dress doesn't suit you. That's a bit cruel, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We would never say this, but it's good to know how to say it, just in case, okay? The next one is for you, okay? No perdamos más tiempo y vayamos al grano.
Well, don't waste.
No perdamos,
okay,
so you
let's
and me.
not
Very good.
waste any time,
Okay?
and let's get to the point.
Okay. Or let's not waste any more time and let's get to the point. Can you repeat?
Okay. Let's not waste any more time, and let's get to the point.
Very good. The next one is for you as well, okay? La gente directa suele ir al grano.
Do straight people or
No, direct.
direct? Do direct people used to
Usually.
get to the point?
Very good. One more time.
Do direct people usually get to the point?
Very good. Do direct people usually get to the point? What do you think? Do direct people usually get to the point?
Yes, they do.
And do you usually get to the point?
Yes.
When you want to say something?
Yes.
Ask me.
Do you usually get to the point when you want to say something?
Yes, especially in my classes. I try to get to the point straight away. Yeah, straight away. Okay? All right, well, thank you very much. You promised me you're going to study a lot for the next class.
Promise.
Do you swear?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Remember, you have to study a lot. And at home, I'm going to say the same thing. Review, practice, speak out loud, listen to the radio, read in the metro, and do as much as possible. I'll leave you with Richard, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
All right. You know, the other day, I was walking down the street with a friend of mine, with Pedro. Pedro's a good friend of mine. We were walking together. Pedro smokes. I don't smoke, but Pedro smokes. And Pedro took out his pack of cigarettes, and he noticed there weren't any cigarettes in the pack. And he said, "Oh my God!" And he threw it away. And but he saw a policeman standing nearby. And Pedro threw away the pack, but he threw it on the ground. He saw the policeman, so he picked it up and took it and threw it into a public waste basket, a waste paper basket, or a public bin. All right. But then he walked up to the policeman. He walked up to the policeman. He walked up to the policeman. He walked up. Cuando te acercas a alguien andando, decimos to walk up to. To go up to es acercarse a una persona. Bueno, to go up to a wall, también una pared podría ser. Pero tratándose de una persona, to go up to a policeman. Me acerqué al policía. I went up to the policeman. Me acerqué andando. I walked up. Me acerqué al policía a nado. I swam up to the policeman. O sea, el verbo de locomoción, más up to, es acercarse a. O sea, a gatas. Me acerqué a gatas al policía. I crawled up to the policeman. Me acerqué bailando el vals hasta el policía. I waltzed up to the policeman. Lo que es, la constante is up to. So, my friend walked up to the policeman. And the rest of the story I will tell you on camera number 1. All right. My friend, my friend saw a policeman smoking a cigarette. The policeman was smoking a cigarette. All right. And my friend walked up to him and said, "Excuse me, would you mind lending me could I have a cigarette, please? Could I have a cigarette, please?" The policeman was a bit surprised. It's not common for a citizen, un ciudadano, to come up or to walk up to a policeman and ask him for a cigarette. But the policeman took a cigarette out of his pack and he struck a match. He gave it to the friend. My friend said, "Thank you. Do you have a light?" And the policeman struck. He struck a match and lit my friend's cigarette. And then the policeman was holding the match. The match was burning. He took his finger, his thumb, and his index. He went, "I guess," and psst. He put out the match with his fingers. I looked at my friend, Pedro, this policeman. I thought it was strange, but he put out the match with his fingers. He put it out with his fingers. He put it out with his fingers. Could you believe it? He put it out with his index finger and his thumb of his left hand. He was holding the match with his right hand, and he put out the flame. He put out the match. Apagó la vela. Apagó la cerilla. He put out the match with his left hand, with the two fingers of his left hand. And then my friend Pedro said, "Excuse me, but I don't think the cigarette is burning." And the policeman said, "Well, that's my last match. I don't have any more matches." And then the police said, "Wait, I think I have a lighter." And he put his hand in his pocket and he took out a lighter. And he said, "Here." And so he lit my friend's cigarette using a cigarette lighter. And then he didn't put out the flame, la llama, with his fingers. He blew it out. All right? He blew it out. He didn't put it out with his fingers. He blew it out. And when I finish this program, I will leave the room, and Maria will pick up all of these papers here, and then she'll turn off the lights. To turn off the lights. Entonces acabamos de ver tres formas de decir apagar. To extinguish. Pero no solemos usar el verbo extinguir. To extinguish. Excepto como extintor. Fire extinguisher. Los extintores son fire extinguisher. Hay que decirlo todo. Extintor de fuego. Fire extinguisher. But, ¿para qué sirve un extintor? Para apagar fuego. Fuegos o incendios. What is a fire extinguisher for? To put out fires. To put out. We normally don't say to extinguish. So, the standard verb, esto es el caso donde un verbo estándar es ya verbo compuesto o phrasal verb. To put out. To put out es apagar. Extinguir. Apagar un incendio, apagar una llama, apagar la chimenea, lo que sea, apagar. Ahora bien, apagar la luz, si es por corriente eléctrica, es to turn off, or to switch off. También se admite to turn out, pero no switch out. No se dice switch out, se dice switch off. Pero con turn, se admite out. Turn out the light, to turn off the light. So, if it's an electrical connection, to turn off. If it's not, it's to put out. But there's a third way. Si es soplando, blow out. Y si es por el viento, to blow out. For example, if you strike a match, if the policeman had struck the match and it was a windy day, the wind blew the match out. The wind put the match out? No. To put out is a propósito, con deliberación, to put out. Deliberadamente. To blow out puede serlo por accidental por el viento o deliberadamente con el aliento. To blow out. For example, a candle. Normally, if you have candles, when you go to bed, you blow out the candles. You blow out the candles. Okay, but this is to put out. To put out a fire. to put out a forest fire. See, aunque sea un incendio forestal o una llamita de una cerilla, you put it out. In this case, psst, the policeman didn't blow out the match. He put out the match with his finger. So you can put out a match with your fingers, and you can put out a forest fire. Yes, to put out the fire. A fireman's job is to put out fires, basically. That's what they do. They do a lot of other important things as well. But they were originally created not to save people from accidents, but to put out fires and to save people who are caught in the middle of a fire. To put out a fire, to put it out, to put them out. Había dos incendios en la nave de al lado y los apagué yo solo. There were two fires in the building next door, and I personally put them out. Put them out. Y hubo un incendio en el otro lado también y lo apagué yo. There was a fire in the other studio, and I put it out myself. Put out es extinguir un incendio, apagar. Y se inserta el pronombre, sea pronombre, en medio. Put it out, put them out. All right. Oh, I've been talking for non-stop for 8 minutes. It's time for me to take a break.
Hello, my name is Richard Brown. That's right, the other Richard on this series. And it's time to review, it's vocab time, so it's time to review the 5 words that hopefully, esperemos, hopefully you have already learned. Okay, starting with number 1, I'm going to put David, who's with me in the studio, to the test. Te voy a poner a prueba.
Okay.
I'm going to put you to the test, David. How are you?
Okay, I'm ready.
Good, okay. The first one is leadership. There it is. Leadership means?
Liderazgo.
That was difficult.
Was difficult? Was it? I don't know.
The next one, livestock, which is not such a common word.
Ganado.
Ganado, exactly, livestock. We talk about some livestock. It's uncountable. You can't talk about a livestock. Some livestock. Lousy, one of my favorite words.
Chapucero.
Chapucero, yeah, they did a lousy job, for example. They painted my kitchen and they did a lousy job. Lousy also means, David?
Horrible.
Horrible, exactly. I feel lousy, me siento fatal. Yeah, do you feel lousy today?
No, I don't.
Good. I don't either. Hope you don't feel lousy either. The next one, imbalance.
Desequilibrio.
Good, I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
Because I couldn't. Desequilibrio, bien. Okay, imbalance. And finally, a nice little expression, I'm starving. I'm starving means...
Me muero de hambre.
Me muero de hambre, exactly, okay? Literally, it means to die from hunger, okay? If you don't eat for the 40 days, you will probably starve to death, we say, okay? Morir de hambre is to starve to death, okay? Good. Now, we're going to carry on with a phrasal verb, the phrasal verb to put out, which means apagar, but not in the sense of apagar una luz, okay? We use the verb to put out when we're talking about a naked flame. A naked flame is una llama.
Una llama desnuda.
Desnuda. That's right, una llama desnuda. A naked flame. It means a flame that's exposed to the air. All right? So what do we put out? We put out fires, we put out...
Candles.
You can put out candles, yeah.
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes, yeah. You put out a cigarette. You don't turn it off. Okay, you turn off electrical devices. You turn off the lights. You don't turn off a cigarette. Yeah, you put it out.
Okay.
Ojo, que siempre it va entre el verbo y out. Cuando empleamos el pronombre, okay? Put it out. We never say put out it. Okay?
Okay.
So you ready for the
I'm
question
looking
round?
forward to it.
Ah, me too. Good stuff. Did you use a hose to put out a fire yesterday, David?
No, I didn't use a
surprised
hose
me.
to put out a fire yesterday.
Okay, if there were a fire, would you use a hose to put it out?
Yes, if there were a fire
And there were a hose?
and there were a hose, I would use the hose to put the fire out.
Good, or to put it out.
To put it out.
Muy bien. Okay, so if there were a fire and there were a hose, David would use the hose, that is, to put out the fire, to put it out. Good. If there were a fire in here now, would the fireman put it out?
Sorry, could you repeat, please?
If there were a fire, un incendio, okay?
Yes,
Fire is fuego y incendio.
Huh?
If there were a fire in the studio
Uh-huh.
right now,
Yes.
would we call the fireman to put it out?
Yes. If there were a fire in the studio right now, we would call the firemen to put it out.
Good. Have you ever put out a fire?
No, I've never put out a fire.
Ask me if I've ever put out a fire.
Have you ever put out a fire?
I've put out 2 minor fires.
Okay, nice.
I burnt the toast twice.
Okay.
Okay, so I had to put it out.
Uh-huh.
Good. What do you use to put out a fire? Normally,
Or water?
no or either.
Ah,
O
e-
una cosa, otra,
yes.
u otra, perdón.
Either water or sand. Sometimes.
Sand, yeah.
Yes.
What else?
Sometimes a coat.
Sometimes a coat, yeah,
Uh-huh.
or a wet tea towel if it's a fat fire. If you're cooking fat, if you're cooking oil
Uh-huh.
and it suddenly catches on fire,
Yes.
you use a damp tea towel, I think.
Dump it out. I don't know
A
what
tea
it is.
towel is un trapito para secar.
Ah,
Okay,
okay.
a tea towel.
A tea towel.
Okay,
Okay.
you use a tea towel to put it out, for example.
Okay.
And what else? You can use un extintor, no?
Yes.
In English,
I have no idea.
try.
An
Extinguisher.
Extinguisher.
An extinguisher. An extinguisher.
Okay.
A fire extinguisher.
Mhm.
You can use an extinguisher to put out a fire or put out the flames, las llamas.
Uh-huh.
Como decimos una llama expuesta al aire? Así.
A naked flame.
That's right, una llama desnuda. I knew we'd get some nakedness into this show somehow. Okay, ask me if I would know how to put out an electrical fire.
Would you know how to put out an electrical fire?
I used to know
Uh-huh.
how to put out an electrical fire, but I've forgotten.
Okay.
So, do you know?
No, I have no idea.
So, if there's an electrical fire right now in the middle of this program, we are scuppered.
Okay.
Estamos, pues,
But we have the phone. We can call the fireman.
we have the phone. I've turned my phone off in case anyone phones me, so we're still scuppered. Estamos en un apuro. We're scuppered. Now, we have another verb that, we use often to put out a candle.
Mhm.
Okay? We can put it out, or we can,
Uh,
what, vale?
blow it up.
You can blow it out, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Soplar una vela. You blow out candles on your birthday, for example.
Uh-huh.
You blow it out, or con el cacharro ese, ¿sabes cómo?
Ah, I
We-
don't know. Yes.
You know,
I know what you mean.
with,
Yes,
with
but,
a long
yes.
handle and a little sort of triangular, roundish
Uh-huh.
dome there. We snuff out
Snuff
the
out.
candle. Okay, to
Okay.
snuff out a candle. So we have 3 verbs, all of which take the preposition out. Yeah, to put out, extinguir, apagar. To blow out, apagar soplando.
Mhm.
And to snuff out, SNUFF. Okay, to snuff out. Snuff también empleamos para decir cuando la palmamos. Bueno, no en
Ah,
primera persona,
okay,
obviamente.
yeah. When
Yeah?
you when you pass away.
When you pass away, because to pass away is a very nice, formal way of saying fallecer, pero cuando la palmas, we say to snuff it. Okay?
Okay.
He snuffed it, she snuffed it.
Okay.
When I snuff it,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's an incomplete verb,
Uh-huh.
because you can never use it in the past, in the first person.
Okay.
Like, you know.
No.
No?
Yeah, no, you can't.
You can't say-
you can't speak after that
Exactly. You
event.
can't, you can't say, I just snuffed it, for example. Or
No.
3 weeks ago, I snuffed it.
Yes.
You can talk about it in the future or in the past relative to other people, but when it comes to your own demise, your own passing away, you can't obviously talk. Well, maybe you can, I don't know. We don't know.
Okay, maybe. I hope so.
I hope so. Well, hey, if you do snuff it, remember the verb.
Okay, yes.
You can try and use it. David, thanks very much.
Thank you.
See you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, class number 136. An interesting class today. I enjoyed it. Especially talking about putting things out, apagar cosas. To put, cuando no son eléctricas, that's to turn off. But to put out a fire. Ahora, hay un incendio que no quiero apagar. There's a fire that I don't want to put out. I don't want to put out the fire of your motivation to work hard. My job is to light, prender fuego, motivacional debajo de cada uno de nosotros. My job as a teacher is to motivate you, and that's to light a fire, prender o iniciar un incendio motivacional. To start a fire under you, to light a fire. Light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. That's the idea. And I'm not going to put it out. And you don't put it out either, okay? Okay. See you tomorrow.